What's up, everyone? How are you? I am so glad to be here, to be alive, to wake up this morning. I'm just really, really glad that we are here and that we woke up. And I was thinking about a conversation I was having a couple days ago, and I really felt for her. And we were talking about fear and doubt and how it's holding them back and procrastination, which was huge, right? It came up as well. And as we were talking, there was like this fear, like this really deep seated fear and concern for this woman. And I was like, you know what? I bet you that a lot of us are going through a lot of these deep seated fears and concerns, especially when it comes to a new year's coming. We keep thinking about it. We don't know if we've hit any of our goals. We don't know if we've actually been able to accomplish the things that we've wanted to. And I know for me that was heavy on my heart, right? I mean, I've done a lot of work this year, but have I hit all of my milestones and my goals? No. So 2024 has got to be better. It has got to be better. And so I wanted to come on here and talk to you. And if you're a coach or an entrepreneur or a consultant or leader or anything like that, and you've been struggling too with like getting clients or building your own coaching business or trying to have impact in the world, maybe there's some deep seated stuff going on with you too. And I wanted to discuss that. So I wanted to make sure that I can see your comments. Hopefully I can. But say hi if you're here because I really want to see if I can actually see the comments coming in. So we wanted to talk about, or I wanted to talk about, the deep-seated fears that are happening with a lot of us, right? And so one of the things she said is, I'm worried that starting this coaching journey that I want to start with you is going to force me into confronting these deep parts of myself in my past that I've been trying to avoid. So she doesn't even want to look at them, right? And she said it just feels a little bit safer to keep things how they are, even if I'm not 100% happy, right now. It's okay. And I so get that. Being someone who has and a lot of you know my story, right? Molested as a child. I had a kid at 15 years old, was raped and beaten by my ex, and almost murdered, and lived in shelters and have lost everything. I freaking get that. Digging deep sometimes can be super scary because you're like, oh man, I don't really want to deal with this stuff. But I wanted to let her know and let you know that facing all of these like deep seated issues, I know that it feels daunting and I know that it feels scary. However, remember that when you are joining any kind of coaching program or joining a mentorship or group or whatever, you're not alone. This is not a journey that you're doing alone. You can never do this alone. So I wanted to remind her that, hello, you are going to not do this alone. I am here with you, but also you're going to be a group of amazing women or be a part of a group of these amazing women that they were once super scared too. And they'll be there for you to provide a safe and supportive space. Now, this process is, especially when you're starting any coaching business, doesn't have to be with me, but any coaching business that you're starting, the process isn't about stirring up the past. Coaching is about freeing you from it. It's about allowing you to move forward in whatever it is you want to create. It's about allowing you to have clarity and peace and a roadmap and a way of getting to the next destination. Coaching is not about digging up all of these horrific fears and then not being able to help you through them, right? Now, you have to remember, and this is what I told her, your courage is already within you. Okay. And all you need to do is have a group of people or have a coach that can gently work with you through the layers of whatever it is that's scaring you. Okay. And that's going to lead you to this profoundness of self awareness, growth, maybe even some healing, which is what we want, right? And then now you can focus on the impact that you want to make in the world and how you want to show up and what you want to bring and what your talents and values are. This is what I help women with, right? Digging in, what are your values? What is it that you want to do? What are your gifts? How can we use all of the wisdom, gifts, and talents to have profound impact in the world for others? right? Because at the end of the day, your story doesn't belong to you anymore. Your story now belongs to someone else who needs to hear it. This is why I do the podcast, Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. This is why I have my transformational life coaching, where I help women transcend all of that so they can build the roadmap to where it is they want to go next with their coaching and consulting business to really impact the world. And I realized that there are fears. I get it. Right. And so she was telling me how fearful she is of stirring up some stuff that she doesn't want to stir up. And you don't have to do that, but you are not alone. And I know that you have a voice and you have something that you want to bring to the world, and you just don't know exactly how to bring it. So fear sets in. Right. And she was really honest with me. And she was telling me that she really doubts her ability to change. And how many freaking times do we have that fear that we don't know if we could change? Listen, you guys have heard me be completely transparent on here about my weight journey and how scared I am about my weight journey because I fear, and she said the same thing. She fears that even if she starts the program, the weight loss program, the coaching program, whatever, that she might not be able to change, that she might not make the necessary changes that she needs to make things happen. That is so real. And if all of us got really real with ourselves, this is probably a lot of what we feel. This is probably a lot of what we feel, right? Now, I myself have tried to improve before on several things and have been very successful. And I've also tried to improve on some things and have not been successful, right? And so she was very, very honest about it. She doesn't know if she has what it takes to change. And I understand that. But what if you just invested in yourself into that coaching program, that weight loss program, whatever that is, and you still ended up in the same place? Because that's what she was saying. Oh, Neen, I love you. I love your energy. I love what you bring. I love everything about it. I am super scared to invest in myself and be in the same place I was before. Ha ha ha. I get that. I have spent thousands of dollars on trying to do things. And some of them I've taken fully and have completely transformed my life. And that's where I am today, especially in personal development. And then there's been times I spent so much money on like weight loss programs and I'm still overweight and still struggling to lose weight, which I am getting a handle on this year. But here's the thing. It is so natural to feel doubt in yourself because there's been a lot of times in our life that we have not kept promises to ourselves. So of course doubt is going to step in, but it's really a natural thing, especially because we're basing it on our past experiences where we might have said something and didn't fulfill that, and now we don't trust ourselves enough, right? But every attempt that you have made, every attempt that you have actually put into you actually teaches me or shows me your resilience. It shows me that you got freaking what it takes because you're trying, because you're going for it. Okay? Failing is definitely a part of the process, but resilience is what's going to get you through. And in our coaching sessions, we focus on that, on resilience and bringing your achievable goals and bringing who you are and exploring about what that means, because change is all about small and consistent steps. Everybody always thinks they have to jump from here to here. Oh, I want to lose 80 pounds, right? I want to lose 80 pounds. I think that I'm supposed to wake up and woohoo, I did one push up. I'm supposed to lose 80 pounds. That's not how it works. Why do you think this works differently? When you join a coaching program, a weight loss program, a health program, a mental fitness program, whatever that is, it is about the small and consistent steps. It's making sure that you at least take the first step. And some of us keep beating ourselves up because we're not where we want to be or where we think we should be, because all of a sudden we think we should be somewhere further along. I don't know who told us that lie, right? And think that we should be waking up and 30 days later being millionaires. That doesn't happen. Not to the majority of us. Maybe it happens to some people, but to the majority of us, it doesn't. It's about small and consistent steps. each step, and you're going to gain confidence to the next step, and you're going to gain confidence to the next step. It's just like a baby walking, right? When they first start walking, they tumble and fall so many times, but every step they start to get a little bit more confident. And before you know it, that little one is running around the house and you can't keep up anymore, right? So you'll have to start with one step. Just start and then go to the next step and then go to the next step. You're going to gain confidence if you start moving. It's not about where you've been. Where you've been could be good, could be bad, could be challenging. It's indifferent. It's just where you've been. There's no feelings attached to it. It's just where you've been. There's no judgment, right? It's like, this is where I've been. I didn't like being there. Okay, that's where I've been, though. Those are the facts. Let's look at facts, right? Because that's what's going to help you to move on to that next step. Okay. It's about where you're going. All right. It's about having someone be on your side that's going to provide you strategies and tools that are tailored to your journey. All right, let's focus on your potential. Let's focus on your resilience. Let's focus on your thoughts, your ideas, the way you want to come up in the world, right? And then let's take the steps to unlock that and stop like thinking about it and be about it. Okay? I understand that there's fears. Hello, we all have them. And one of the things she shared with me, and she was so honest, was the financial commitment to a coaching program, a financial commitment to to something that she doesn't know yet. I get that. I've spent thousands. I could show you the receipts. I've spent thousands. And she's worried about investing and not getting the results that she's hoped for. And you know what? I completely understand that. I completely understand it because that's always my concern when I'm joining a major program. It's my concern too. Okay. And it was her concern too. And she's concerned about the financial aspects of this journey. And that is so crucial that she is expressing that she's saying that. Okay. And I told her, I said, you know what? If you want to feel more confident and more comfortable in your investment, then we need to address it. And I love that you're so honest. But I can structure payment programs to ease that financial burden. We can spread out the cost into like a monthly payment. We can make it more manageable for you. And additionally, I stand behind what I do with these women. I stand behind my coaching program. All right. And if after participating in the initial stages, you feel like the program isn't delivering the value that you expected, let's talk about a refund. Let's just refund you. I want transformation in your life. I don't want you to be afraid. Okay? Your goal is to make this happen for you. And my goal is to make this journey accessible for you and risk-free for you as much as possible to ensure that we can focus on your growth and development, not on the financial stress. All right? I don't want to have a conversation about financial stress when we need to have a conversation about where you want to go and about covering, all of the aspects that we need to cover to make sure that you are not fearful, that you take that first step, that you don't come in doubt. Okay? There are ways to navigate this, but the first step has to start with you. It has to start with you understanding that you have what it takes to bring something great to the world if that's what you've been trying to do and you're hitting walls, right? So I am here to kind of unlock the way you're thinking, unlock that in you, and help you build that roadmap that you need to succeed. That's it. It's not that scary, okay? But what I do know is that I want your 2024 to be just like your 2023. I want it to be better. I want it to be better. And I want you to show up for you. Okay. I want you to show up for you. Now, I don't know if you're leaving comments or not. I hope you are. If you are, I'll get to them. For some reason, I don't see them coming up, but I do see like one or two, but saying hello. So I just want to make sure that you understand that I may or may not be the coach for you. I may or may not be. But what I will tell you is for the women that I've worked with, I was the right coach for them. And I help them overcome a lot of fears, fear of failure, fear of not knowing if they're investing in the right thing, fear of what do I do now? How do I create the coaching program I want to create? I work with a lot of leaders that and CEOs that are really like wanting to create their own thing in the world, but they're like really stopped by a lot of fears and uncertainties, and they don't know. And I have a whole online academy that they have access to, but on top of that, they have coaching calls with me twice a week. They have access to me all the time on our community. They have access to each other on the community. I cannot tell you how beautiful this all is. But you need to take the first step. You need to do that. But I'm here for you. I really am. You can email me, info@ninaperez.com. I answer all my emails. You can DM me. I answer all my DMs. I do it because I want to be as connected with you as possible. And I want you to know that you don't need to be afraid. All right? You don't need to be afraid. Take the first step. And like I said, if you don't find any value, get your money back because it's about you gaining value. It's about you actually seeing yourself for who you really are. All your gifts and talents being put out in the world like they're supposed to. All right? All right. I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted to come on here. I wanted to inspire you. And I wanted you to know that you're not a freaking alone. You are not alone. Thank you guys for being here. This is Nina Perez, and I'm out.